Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. How are you guys doing today? Happy Thursday. Hoping everybody had a wonderful time last night at karaoke. Excuse me. I had a lot to do. I couldn't make it to check you guys out, see what's going on. I heard it was interesting. It had everybody singing all at one time, like boom, boom, boom. They was getting down on the microphone. So, a friend of mine, he was asking me, about the project. So I said they're on YouTube, right? So he said I was talking about the technology, like the cell phone situations and how all the phones are being hacked and stuff like that. And didn't nobody understand what I was saying, so I kind of put it out to him. I worked on a project. I used to work tech support in Indianapolis, in Fishers, Indiana. I used to do tech support company off and on. Well, when I started out, anyway. So anyway, going further, um, a lot of the networks were not locking in. Like, you got a phone on Boost networks locked into their network. And when their phones are jailbroken, they're still locked into the network. The network was jailbroken, which basically means you can switch to, you switch your phone to from Boost to T-Mobile to AT&T. The phone is set the device, right? But at the same time, when it comes to the network, since your phone is already unlocked and it's already hackable, once it's unlocked, it's hackable completely. Um, your personal information is to switch to another phone, right? Like what you scan in, when you scan in the transfer codes, transfer from one device to the next, and then the links are supposed to separate after 5 seconds, which means they reset. The emails are supposed to reset. Nothing is supposed to be pinned permanently. That's supposed to be reset at a certain time. So you got the pins. You pin up something. Um, you have the transfer of device from one device to the next. Maybe it's a virus, right? But old virus is not supposed to be a part of the situation if it's got a laptop attached to it. I had a situation where Netspend was attached to Wells Fargo. PayPal was attached to Cash App. Um, one was overlapping Chase, so my overdraft wasn't usable, but someone else was using it, like a third party person. And then on my Wells Fargo, I was locked out of the device settings, right? So the phone that had the money in it still was getting the money. Hello, Dezmond Clayton. Welcome, Dezmond Clayton. It shows the $800, $900, and it shows $1,000 showing. And then on the other account, it's not showing anything. It's showing money being deposited and transferred from one account to the next. So it's like 3 cases being in Wells Fargo. Soon they'll explain it, but that's what they explained to me in the beginning. So that was going on with that, and then we had PayPal going on the same situation. They had needed $100 to activate and reactivate the profile for me and put the money back in my account, and they didn't do that yet either. Every single time. And then I had tax money from Cash App that was deposited, and it was cash. It was not canceled. On one end, it was looking like it was canceled. On my end, the paperwork shows it went through, which means someone snatched it out. And then Cash App says someone snatched out $1,700 on my account. And I haven't gotten that back yet either. So those are class action lawsuits when it comes to projects to do, right? And then the technology is the tech support and fixing the network system, restoring, upgrading all the old codes from the old computers, which used to use like an old Morse code, rotary, like A equals 1, B equals 2, tap, 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 27 equals with Z, 25. So it's like a whole lot of rolling dollars all together, little tiny discs, which I thought were like important discs. Decoder disc rings like from Fruit Loops. Work those other computers. Unhackable, right? So those are those projects, and they're good, high-paying projects. We're fixing the computer systems, upgrading technology, fixing the IRS's web pages. Don't forget, we have to fix the credit companies' computer systems, old information, new information, and intertwining with the old information. So since it's digital, and then put these overlays on with it, I'm writing over him, and then I'm signing your name for you, and I'm linked to your phone. Most of that stuff should be eliminated when it comes to personal privacy and safety. It's very bad. So all those are upgrades. The Tesla, the light company, the light meters, the unlimited power source, um, financing a circular credit network system, which is what I work on for the whole world, right? So since we own like businesses, things, we want to make sure that our utilities are paid, and that our land is paid, that the taxes is paid, so we don't lose the land and the property they own. So in order for the whole family to have permanent housing, whether they have a job or not, it's to own something. If someone heard at an apartment complex, you make sure you get your name on that list so you can get one. And then they made another mistake, which I was talking to my friend about, which was when they started to do the business, they used Dezmond instead of Chase. It was supposed to be Chase, Captain Morgan, and it's supposed to be Capital One. That's what it was supposed to actually be. Dezmond was supposed to turn on my business profile so everybody can get the money. My driver's license says financing on her. And it's just, oh, it's not revenue now. Yeah, but it shows in my bank account. So that was something else they messed up. So they had to do, whoever was supposed to have their cards. That's what I was saying. Make sure they get the secured card so they can correct the mistakes of the system that was wrong. Alright, so that's our technology that we needed to fix. The charging unit systems for the Tesla and the other powered cars that are electric bicycle, the scooter, and the diode was the question and the answer on this. Like the bicycles used to have those old little things, the wires for the lights and blinkers. When you pedal, the lights get bright. When it became a generator, then it became self-propelling, then it became, power, right? So now it's on, or it should be on, the new scooters and devices like that. Unlimited power, cheap power, unlimited, easy to fix and jobs that would go with it because we have to fix them every day along with the brakes and stuff like that. So yeah, good job. So the main question of fixing United States Treasury was going from the back end all the way through to the new end and figure out where the money was missing from in the old computers from a lot of the technology and for land and property and deeds that were missing and being sold illegally. So that had to be taken care of. And then we had to upgrade the system at the same time, along with our identities. So security numbers, driver's license, mailbox, postal service, food service, every single one of our services had to be upgraded. So here we go. Alright, this is not